Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Paul Tamayo for Kotaku.com, and I'm here with
Joshua Rivera.
That's right, and we're checking out more Borderlands 3, the game that is all the rage right now. So we are a little further into the game, having spent the weekend digging into it a little further. I'm about around the 11-hour mark, I guess. You're a bit further than I am, but we decided we'd jump into it and give you a bit of like a mid-game check-in to see where we're at, because we just started playing the game on like Thursday evening. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. And yeah, we talked a little bit this morning before we got in, and I'm going to play a little bit as we go here.
Right.
But we did talk a bit about playing the game and feeling a little underleveled at times, at least in your experience. I've felt that once or twice so far, but I've also been playing it a little bit leisurely than you have, I would say. Yeah, so like, what moments did you feel that was the case?
Yeah, roughly about where you're at right now.
Interesting.
So you're on the second planet. This is Promethea.
Right.
It's like the big city planet, right? And here's about the part where you can run through Pandora, which is where you start, and just do the main missions, and you'll be fine. There's a bunch of side quests you can do there, but for the most part, just taking the main, what they call the critical path, right?
Yeah.
Will be just fine. But when you get around here, the firefights, they won't necessarily be impossible, but you'll find yourself running out of ammo real fast, and like the foes will get like more bullet spongy. When you get around 2 levels below the current level, that's when it starts to become noticeable. So at that point, you're going to want to start doing more side quests, and I think that's what you've been doing right around now, just naturally, right?
Yeah, just naturally. I've been, anytime one pops up, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that thing. Like, why not? Because again, like I mentioned before, I've been playing it at a much more relaxed pace. I've been playing it in like 4 or 5 hour chunks so far. But yeah, I figured what we could do is show off a bit of some side missions that we've been doing, at least that I have available to me in this second world. That I actually kind of like so far, at least the way it looks and the general, just like the difference, the nice little, it feels different than the first world you start on, which kind of just felt like more Borderlands for me, at least from my limited experience with the second game. But yeah, so far, what are you on, the 4th planet, 4th or 5th planet?
Yeah. So what happens is you go, what do you call it? You go into one more planet after this one. And then you go back to this planet, and then from there you go to space.
Okay.
I don't know how spoilery we're getting, but like, it's not that huge of a deal because they do mention the space station you have to go to in this chapter.
Yeah.
That you're on.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. We can kind of like gently warn everybody that we might be covering some light spoilers ahead.
Yeah, just mid-game stuff, not that far in.
Sure. Like stuff that isn't in my opinion, I don't think is too crucial to the overall plot, but we are gonna kind of discuss it in a little bit. So if you want to avoid everything, I would say maybe steer clear until you get to this part, and if not, just enjoy.
Yeah. So how you been feeling about the side quest so far? What was the last one you just did?
The last one I think I did was I collected some medicine for a character who I actually kind of hate. His name was Ace Baron. So he's kind of this very stereotypical, it's tough to describe because I can't describe it without sounding like a complete hater. But I got to be honest, like this is kind of how it felt, how it hit me at the time. But he's a doctor and he's a wannabe rapper, of course, and a lot of you know what I mean.
Famous side hustle for doctors.
Yeah, exactly. Like that old cliche, Dr. Dre, everybody. So yeah, he has a lot. I was actually playing it yesterday with my good co-host from my podcast, and we were both kind of watching it together. And he has some slang and some AAVE that he throws around that it felt super cringy, and I think that kind of sums up the majority of the game for me. Is like it's interesting. I'm conflicted at times because like this stuff feels great, like the moment to moment shooting stuff feels good. I like getting guns and seeing the piñatas explode, especially like the bosses and rushing in to collect all the candy. But the overall tone and like some of the characters can feel real just corny to me, and it's I understand how for some folks it hits, but so I guess that's my long roundabout way of saying the last mission I did was for Ace Baron, that doctor/rapper who also mentions how many times he wants to give you his mixtape. And you have to go collect some medicine for him that he's been trying to get for a while throughout the different parts of the map. So the last thing I actually did was intimidate this one guy who had some medicine that I collected, and just went back to him. And I think I had to like draw some blood from him or something, and that kind of went wrong. I don't know if you've done that one yet, but
no, I started it and I was like, you know what, I just got to move on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he felt the same way to you, but I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't actually interact with him that much to what do you call it? To like know what his whole shtick was.
Yeah.
But that it is exhausting with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here's just a sidetrack. You're about to interact with Reese.
Oh.
Who, if you've played Tales from the Borderlands, this is one of the main characters you play as. Formerly voiced by Troy Baker. He's been replaced in this one. I don't know the voice actor's name here. And Tales from the Borderlands is really good. I know we were talking about that on the stream.
Yeah.
And the unique thing about it is that I think it's the only one where you play as two characters, and they're like dueling narratives. So like one says this is how it went, and the other one's like, no, this is how it went. And so it's like a really fun structure.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about that game.
Anyway, so like seeing him here is a lot of fun for fans of that game.
Got me, got my Mech.
Anyway, but we were talking about Ace Baron,
Right.
And how this game kind of doesn't really have characters that you're supposed to like, or that even the game seems to like all that much.
Sure.
It's weird. I don't know how you would articulate it, but I think we were talking about it before as sort of like the South Park approach.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the vibe you get, where it, like we mentioned, it seems to poke fun at everybody, and I kind of wish there were moments of, some TLC sent towards the world, or even just like your own experience as you uncover more of it. Yeah, it just seems like it pokes fun at everybody in the same way that, like, I made the connection to something like South Park, which is like, everyone sucks, and it's like, yeah, sure, I guess, but I wish it did a little more to, I don't know, balance that out a bit.
Yeah, I think like in an environment like South Park, like that's what the jokes are for. But the jokes here are all very like, I don't know if one note's fair, but like they hit the same notes, right?
Right.
Where it's all just like very gamer stuff, microtransactions. They make fun of all this. What do you call it? Just, I don't know. It's a lot of what you'd expect, and that's the problem. There's not a lot of room for surprise, and for me, that's why I don't find it funny. I'm very rarely surprised, and if I'm not surprised, then I'm probably not laughing.
Right. Yeah, totally.
I'll make sure it's loaded into your catch ride profile so you can destruct a new one from any terminal.
But yeah, I just wish the game at this point felt like it liked somebody, like if there was a character that it liked, in a way that you want to root for them. They don't have to be good. They can all still be dirtbags, but I just want them to like somebody.
Yeah. And even the ones that like you are kind of supposed to like your pals on the ship and stuff, they're all right. I mean, you know what I mean? Like
the coworkers,
yeah, word. Like, I mean, I'll get lunch with you. No, but for real, it's like, it's I don't know. It's, yeah, I kind of, it leaves me wanting more. Wow, as I smash into the. Actually, one thing we mentioned at the top before we started streaming was, speaking of side missions. I didn't realize this, but you told me that there was a way to collect things, right?
Oh yeah, you wanna not that menu. You want to go to the pause menu with all the options. So yeah, here's one thing that you're gonna do: go to social right there, and then tab over to the envelope. That's
I'm gonna accept these.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, look at how much mail you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either through depending on how you got the game, you might have a whole bunch of DLC. So this is a thing that you can easily miss out on, where either through like DLC that you've got based on how you bought the game, or side missions that you complete. you'll get stuff sent through your mailbox in the social menu that's in the pause. It's not in your inventory, right? So you have to press pause, go to social, and then tab over to your inbox, and you'll get all this loot. And then you can't open it if you have no inventory space like Paul does right now.
Oh, God.
This is a frequent problem that I have in the game.
Totally. It definitely takes me out a lot where I'm like, okay, I want to pick up the cool new thing I just got, but I got to jump back into my menus real quick.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time at this, and frankly, I think it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's just. The cool thing about this actually is that you just hit accept, right there, and those are just unlocks for customization.
Thank God.
So
let me go try to get more of these cool things I got.
Yeah.
Sorry for anybody whose names are in there. Okay.
Here we go. So, yeah, you've got all this stuff now.
So these are all just basically weapon skins, trinkets, grenade mods. That's useful. Shield.
So now his inventory is full from all that stuff he just got.
There we go again. All right, so let me actually just like apply these, whichever ones I can. Yeah.
Oh, check that out. That's cool. I mean, it's lower, but it's got that legendary.
Actually, try that one. All right, so I might have to get rid of some stuff.
And that's always the weirdest part about like streaming a game like this, because like you have to like do all the math in your head and see like do the numbers match up and everything like that, and then you have to talk at the same time. I guess that's why I'm here, so I can just like
talk to the people, Josh.
Talk to the
while
people.
I figure this crap out. So let me get this. Put the diamond ponytail on there, whatever that means. Okay. So I have some guns here that are probably... That's the other thing, too, is sometimes I stick with lower-level guns because it doesn't really always make you feel like you need to upgrade every time, especially if you find a gun that you really dig.
Have you messed with that?
No, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it out.
If you have a legendary or an epic gun,
yeah,
you should always roll with it a little bit, like purple up.
Yeah.
Right? You should always roll with it a little bit because...
go with that one.
Even if the stats seem lower, there's usually like a thing that they do that's special.
I like that gun a lot.
That you can't, that isn't obvious just from looking at it.
All right, we'll just keep it moving from here, but yeah, we'll try it out in a bit.
Yeah, that gun looks hot. It's got like a spinning little chamber.
Was that dude just stuck?
Yeah.
You fool! You thought. All right, cool. So we're gonna keep moving. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said too at the top of this video, like I have been having a pretty decent time with this game. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are moments that just completely take me out where I'm like, rolling my eyes a bit. That I'm sure for some folks won't be a huge issue, like especially if it's their thing. But I it's definitely not mine for sure. Hey everyone. So we actually had to switch back over to the Xbox One to Josh's save because the game crashed on me on PC. And as a result, my cloud save got corrupted. So we have to pick it up from where Josh is at, which is kind of cool because I guess you're going to see the third world too if you wanted to. Or we can just jump right back into Promethea.
Well, what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to Skywalk, which is a space station in orbit around Promethea. So it's worlds in this game is a very like generous term for what is happening.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of maps.
Okay.
And here's a very new map set in orbit around Promethea. And you come here after you go to the third world. You get sent back to Promethea.
Nice.
And then once you hook up with Reese, and he has you come up here to the Skywell, and this is where I just got. This is where I am now.
Cool. Yeah, so we're going to be mostly checking out some optional side quests, right? Just to kind of dig into a bit of the structure, and we touched upon it a second ago, but like getting weapons and stuff sent to you that I totally missed. It wasn't until you pointed it out to me that I was like, oh, that's cool. I got some like skins and different weapons and stuff and upgrades. So yeah, we'll hopefully check a little bit of that out, and just also talk again about the general tone and story so far, and leveling up your character as we've been playing, because I've been playing primarily as, what's her name, Moss?
I think it's Mosey.
Whatever, whoever the mech pilot is. And who have you been playing as?
I've been playing as Zane. He's the operative.
Right.
So his deal is two of his powers is the digiclone, so you can spawn a clone of yourself that's stationary, but also like shoots and throws grenades, and then you can swap places with them. So like it's a zap.
That's pretty
cool.
So
that's how you can move him around, right? So if I want him here now, I'll go over here and then just zap him over, right?
That's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the second power I have here is a barrier that is either stationary or you can pick it up. And if you pick it up, I think it depletes faster, right?
Got it.
Just drop it for like the most effective version of it.
Huh.
And then the third power that I can swap out either of these for is a drone.
Okay.
So it works like a drone in most games, right? It just you set it off, and it goes around and shoots people.
Shoots things.
Yeah, and you can tell it what to shoot or where to shoot.
Nice.
And you can equip 2 of the skills, and the only drawback is that you can't use a grenade. And if what do you call it? The grenades in this game are pretty sweet, but like, why do something that anybody can do when you can just equip 2 things that nobody can do?
Yeah, that is kind of cool. There's some interesting tactics that you can handle with those abilities that I could already see trying out. So that's cool. So what are you up to now in this particular mission?
So this is actually a main mission, and I'm trying to see if there's any side quests around here. But I think we might just have to head back to. It's up to you. What do you think would be better? This looks like an extensive map.
Let's just do this one, and then if we want, we
okay.
can head back to Promethea.
Okay, look, I love the 3D maps in this game.
Yeah, that's one thing I actually like about it. It gives you a good idea of like where you actually need to head and in what direction. Because sometimes it'll be like, if you're just looking on the mini map alone, you might head into a direction that doesn't have any way to get up.
Yeah, like what do you call it over here, right? Where it's just sort of like that looks like they're connected.
Right.
So like in previous games, I would get lost. Woo! I just zoomed too far in there. But in this one, I can zoom in and be like, oh no, that's a different floor.
Yeah, exactly. It's really handy. I like it a lot. I'm always down for a good 3D map.
Yeah, but we can't talk about. Ooh, there's low gravity here.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Reese now runs Atlas, and he is feeling a lot of pressure from, I think, Kanagawa is his name.
Okay.
It's a rival corporation. So right now we are going to. There's a vault key fragment that I think a space laser is being powered by. The space laser that's giving Reese a lot of trouble. Did I just I messed that jump up? All right. The low gravity takes a little bit of getting used to, which is something you might remember from the pre-sequel, if anybody here played Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which part of it takes place on the moon.
I always like when games do that.
Go to
Mess
the
with
moon?
gravity. No, yeah, that or just mess with gravity in general.
No, it's fun. I think I just have to climb back up. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh no, here's where I was. Perfect. Just have to make the jump again. Even though we're not doing side quests, one of my favorite things about this game's approach to side quests, there we go,
Nice.
is it has you go to sections of the map that you wouldn't otherwise go to. What do you call it? Let's get my clone up there. So like in a lot of games, side quests just sort of like have you revisit parts of the map that you're around for. When you're doing the main quest or doing other things. In this game, there are whole sections and whole areas that you would only go to if you're checking out side quests, right? Like in Promethea, the city planet that we started this video on, where you're at right now, there's a whole region called Electra City. And the premise of Electra City is it's run by this, and this is not saying a lot, but it's run by this Immortan Joe kind of dude, right? And like half of the villains in this game are like just knockoff Immortan Joes from like Mad Max Fury Road. It's really annoying. There's like 3 types of villain, and there's corporate leader, there's Immortan Joe, and there's like just deranged, bandit.
Yeah, I've also noticed that too in the actual boss fights themselves. There isn't a ton of variety in what you're doing. It's like run around. I mean, that's kind of the game, but it's like run around in this like large enclosed space, shoot the thing until it goes boom, and the candy comes out of the piñata.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if there was a little bit more variety in the sense of like, I don't know, some more objectives or whatever.
Yeah.
Something that you could actually like work to, especially if you're playing in with some buddies online. Like it would be cool if like 1 or 2 people had to do something different than what you were doing, and everyone sort of made an impact. And that might come later on. I don't know yet, because I haven't played the entire game. I'm only about 11 hours in. So that could happen. Who knows?
Yeah. What do you call it? Oh, that's kind of. It's not as big as I want it to be. Shotgun should hit a little bit harder.
that
That was
looks-
cool. Oh, he
yeah.
got irradiated. Oh, that's why the weapon damage in this is so low. It's because it can irradiate them. What do you call it? Yeah. Mission variety is not great. But
Right.
like, I cut it a little slack in that regard
Sure.
because like when I'm playing Diablo, I'm not doing a whole lot.
Right.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
for sure. For sure.
And Diablo is the point of reference for me when it comes to like gameplay variety.
for sure.
Is there somebody up here? Or is he behind me?
Yeah, I
shooting
guess
up?
the variety comes in how you choose to scrub the screen clean of enemies.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I have different grenades, or I have these cool abilities that that I have that Josh doesn't and does
Mhm.
not, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
there is a lot of like fun, what's the like candy to chew on in this game, but much like candy.
Yep.
Sometimes I get a
I get a little too sick.
get a little too sick after a while.
But yeah, like I was saying back earlier, the nice thing about these side quests is that they take you to areas that are just like you can completely miss out on if you didn't decide to do side quests. So like Electricity is run by this dude, and this gets at something that you were talking about before about tone. The premise behind Electricity is that it's a whole part of the map that's just like designed as like a battle royale. That's run by this dude named Kilovolt. And Kilovolt is like Moxie's ex, if you remember Moxie. She runs the bartender casino brothel, you know?
Yeah.
That's on your ship,
Right.
and
right.
also in the original Sanctuary, in the last Borderlands, or was it Borderlands 2? Yeah, so basically she asks you to kill Kilovolt because she hates him. Just take care of this guy, get my second wind, and then get a little... Oh, a sniper, that's my problem. So yeah, she asks you to help take him out. And then you find out he runs this battle royale. And the prize is to sleep with him. He's just...
All right.
He just he uses a battle royale to just like score babes, and it's,
Much like you would, I guess.
and like sure, but it's also just like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get
Like,
what you mean.
The joke is like haha sex,
Right,
you know.
right. Lol.
Yeah, and it's sort of like I don't know what to make of that. You know, like what do you want me?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Right. The
Game?
the same way I didn't know what to make about like who am I laughing at when I'm laughing at the Ace Baron? You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't really do a lot. I mean, and I don't know. I can already see the comments being like, "That's not the point." Like whatever. Like get over it. But it's hard for me to like. It's hard for me to like completely separate those two things, especially as I don't know. Someone who like cares about that kind of shit, like there's definitely like a tone that this game strikes that for me it's just like it's not it, and it's hard to separate that from the game, and at times I find myself like forcing myself to, because like I said before, like the moment to moment stuff can be really fun and rewarding. It can feel that way, but if that other half of the equation really isn't hitting for me, then like sometimes it can really be like a I don't know. It's a weird conflicting feeling that I'm having as I'm playing the game. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
It's also totally fair, I think. What do you call it? There's a thing that people say about games. They say it about movies and TV shows, where they tell you like, you got to turn your brain off.
Sure.
And it's like, nah, man.
I don't want to turn my brain off.
You're describing a coma.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like I don't know, anything that just sort of like everybody has their own definition of fun.
Sure.
Everybody has their own definition of like what's too much or too far.
Yeah, and what's funny and
And what's not. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's not. And sometimes like I don't know. I had mentioned the analogy actually on my show this week. I had my own little podcast that in tiny podcast land. But I mentioned how like there are some things that people find hilarious that I for whatever reason am baffled as to why they do. like certain sitcoms or whatever, and I'm like, okay, that's a very popular thing. But for me, it just doesn't hit. And like, and I'd like to borrow a phrase from the philosopher Common. If I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean that I'm hating. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to feel personally attacked or whatever. It's just like, that's just not for me. Like, I get how it might be for other people, but I don't know, man. For me, it just doesn't hit like that.
Yeah. No, definitely. I feel that a lot. And it's just sort of like, what do you call it? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm okay. Like, I don't know. I can tune out the stuff that annoys me about this game fine enough. Like, what do you call it? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't go as far to say that, like, I would play this if I didn't have to in a world where there weren't a bunch of other games that did the same thing.
Word.
Right?
Yeah, word.
Like, if this was the only game that did this sort of like, yo, you can shoot, you can loot, look at all these wild freaking guns, right? I'd play it. I'd put up with this. Now it's kind of just like a, what do you call it? Like, Borderlands has been around for a while, that everybody knows what it is. So it's kind of like a weird junk food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, for sure.
So
And
it does have familiarity on its side. It's not like it's like
foreign. Yeah.
And yeah.
No, and I also get the point that, like, you know, if I played this way back when with some friends, with some buddies, which I did not. And you know, a few of my friends were like, "Yo, I'm picking up Borderlands. Like, we should, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, let's just like link up and you know, just like catch up and talk while we play some games." And like, yeah, I get that too. But to be honest too, like, I mean, going back to the whole thing about like finding it hard to turn your brain off while playing these kinds of games, there are things in here for me personally speaking that are hard to ignore. And there are things that don't necessarily like, you know, relate to more of the systemic moment-to-moment game design choices, but there are things that have happened behind the scenes or whatever that I don't feel comfortable with. And like, the game, you know, will have those things in your ear, or will remind you of things like with cheeky little references and whatever the names of the guns are or whatever. And I don't know, for me, it's like things that sure, there are times where I'm just like, whatever, I'll deal with it, and I can turn it off and have fun doing the shooty stuff. But yeah, like you said before, in my opinion, there are like so many other games that I'd rather be playing right now. But if my homies were like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Borderlands, then I don't know, I might link up with them a few nights a week or a couple nights a week and just literally shoot the shit. Hey, bars. Because yeah, like this stuff, like that, what you just did right now looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and okay. So here's the thing, like, not to get to gotta hear both sides.
Yeah,
but like,
right.
But like, here's the thing that I think Borderlands does better than like even Destiny. So like, I think a lot about guns, right? Where it's just sort of like, sometimes it's mad uncomfortable how you know, like, playing video games turns you into a gun fetishist, right?
Right.
And you know, I think sometimes that's why we were drawn more to like games like Destiny, right? Where it's just sort of like, okay, they're guns. The feedback and the fun of like getting new ones is there, but they're clearly not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have like these wild legendary like names, like, you know, good bone structure or something. Just like ridiculous. They're good. I love the way Destiny names their guns. Here, everything, you know, you don't have the fun of these names because they're all like proc gen.
Yeah.
Like nonsense.
It's Mad Libs.
Yeah, it's Mad Libs in this, but the guns here are just like wild and fun. I'm switching out my loadout so I can show you guys like the wildest guns I have right now. And like, you can look at the stats all you want, but once you start getting the rare guns and then the legendary guns and then the epic guns, you really can't know what a gun is going to do until you take it out and try it.
Word.
So like, here's a good pistol. And so like this right here, like getting a new gun and seeing what it does. Like I just got this this morning before we started doing this. I have no idea what it does. So if you go over here and you look at the what it tells you, you know, for a sniper, that damage pretty whack, right? Yeah. Great accuracy you'd expect from a sniper. Handling's good. Reload time is fine. Fire rate also fine. But you've got this little bit of flavor text, which is like your first hint that something is something's unique about this gun. It says "Cut Kutagawa Jr.'s Jr.," which is a dick joke. Whatever.
Get it? Yeah.
Right. And then you've got some extra perks there, which again, they're fine, right? But then you get the gun, right? And it's got, you notice on there, it's got an alt fire mode, which doesn't tell you about, right? So you've got protocol X and Y. I think it starts on X or Y. We'll see soon. Anyway, so you shoot it, and look at that.
That is pretty cool.
That's cool. And then you can also charge that shot and do that, but for more damage, right?
Right.
And then you switch to X, and that's a scatter shot, right? And then that's another one where you can just like charge and do that.
That is cool.
And that, like, that's cool. And let me see, what's this one? This is the TDR. So believe it or not, this is a pistol. And no out-and-fire or anything like that. But when you throw it, it turns into, it splits into grenades.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
That is really cool.
And then this is just like a badass pistol that's like nuclear, you know? Like,
Yeah.
what's the alt fire here? Zip rockets.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
That is really cool.
You know what I mean? And like, there's no game really, I don't, that I know of, right? That does this wild shit, right? That's genuinely fun.
Sure.
Like getting these guns and tooling around with them and in firefights. I don't need a lot of like mission variety, right? I'm fine if you just keep throwing me into rooms with dudes to shoot at, because I've got lots of guns to try that out with.
Right.
I don't need you to have a good story. I don't need you to get me to care about the characters. But the fact that, you know, it tries with its story to do something.
Right. Yeah.
That it tries to be funny. And so I just noticed the ways that it just doesn't hit. And then, you know, like, that gets further complicated when, like, we talk about stuff like what goes on. Like, there's a joke in this item that that you could argue references like a Gearbox scandal that's currently ongoing. Right.
That's
like,
the stuff that's hard for me to ignore.
Yeah,
personally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that company's undergoing like litigation right now, you know, like because of like some scandalous allegations. And like, that's you know, we're just like, why are you gonna call attention to that?
Yeah, word. Like, I mean, like, why are you like? There are times where like I look at the game and I'm just like, yo, do less. Like, why are you doing so much? Like,
do less. It's a great model for this.
Yeah. But not in the sense of like we just talked about with the game stuff, more so in the tone and the things that it's communicating as like what it considers to be funny. But yeah, like you said, like the variety in which you get to do that thing over and over again can feel fresh and unique, and like it can feel different than the things that you're used to. So yeah, there is a lot to like about this game, but it's interesting and complicated in a way that I don't remember experiencing in a game in a long time. And it's interesting trying to like struggle with that kind of stuff and not just be like, just talk about the game, because like honestly, like we said before, that's not how I operate. That's not how I do things. But yeah, that's why it's, you know, it can be fun to talk about this stuff. I think it can be an interesting exercise for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably stick with it for as long as I can. I plan on trying to see it through as much as I can, just to like, you know, get the full picture. I know you definitely are, because you're going to be reviewing it, right? Yeah. So, you know, we can definitely look forward to seeing that.
This is my review in progress.
Yeah, this is the review in progress. our mid-game check-in, as we're affectionately calling it for now. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll stream a little bit more of this in the future, or do another dead stream like this if people dig it. If people want to hear us talk about this kind of stuff, because I know it can be kind of thorny, and some people might not want to actually hear this kind of stuff. But I think these are discussions worth having in relation to everything else that the game is trying to do. But yeah, I guess to slowly, we can finish this mission through. I kind of want to see the end of it too.
Yeah, I want to see the end of the shotgun. What does it do?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, that's cool.
I was doing my like wrap up tone voice, and I was like, wait, I'm not ready to wrap up though.
There's excellent reload. We've got sticky rounds.
They also, the guns, like, I mean, turning into that whole like treating guns like baseball cards things, like baseball cards, but like Yeah, they look funky and cool and like Nerf guns you'd want to like mess around with in real life. If you lived in space.
Yeah, they're definitely like baseball cards. Why am I glowing? I didn't level up. I've got something.
Why are you glowing?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm glowing.
Glowing today, Josh.
It seems good. Thank you.
It's like you had a good weekend or something.
It is. Do we want to clue them in on that joke, or are we just gonna let it linger?
No, let's let it linger. We gotta leave some people with some mystery.
What do you call it? Yeah, I mean, this seems like a good thing. This doesn't seem like a bad glow.
Yeah, no, it seems like a good one. It has like that little honeycomb pattern to it. Who doesn't love a honeycomb pattern?
You know, I don't like honeycomb cereal. Which was like a disappointment to me.
Wow, that might be the most controversial thing you said the whole video, man.
Really? Like,
no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I think it's you know what it's like. It's like, you know how I think Charles Pulliam Moore, who writes for IO9, our sister site, I think he tweeted this morning about how Corn Pops, or yesterday, something like that, about how Corn Pops is like a really good cereal.
It is.
And but you just have to catch it during that narrow window
true.
before it gets soggy.
That's true.
But like when the milk is sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true actually.
And honeycomb for me is like Corn Pops, but with like no window. Right? It's good for like one bite, and then you're stuck with a bowl of mess.
Soggy mess.
Like it's. Yeah. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on cereal.
Yeah. Tune in next week.
Yeah. I love breakfast cereal.
Yeah, we could actually do a whole show on that.
Do you eat breakfast cereal for breakfast?
Not really, no.
What for me, it's just a snack. I get it for like late at night.
Yeah. Or if I'm like too lazy to like get a proper meal, I'm like, I'll just have some freaking cereal.
Who dares snipe at me from above?
What a jerk.
Stay still for a second so I can kill you. Okay, hang on.
Ooh,
Other problem. All right.
Ooh.
You know what? Okay. All right.
Man.
There's nobody near me to get a second win.
No
so.
squishies around.
No squishies around. This sucks. Never leave yourself in a corner like this.
Oh, it's like it did a little emote. That was kind of cute.
Just gonna have to resume. Generally in this game, checkpoints pretty good. But there are a couple of points where you will get screwed and thrown back to a place that you don't want to be. I think this is not one of them. Yeah, let's mess them up. Ooh, that was cool. That's right. I have the sticky rounds.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Love it. Oh, so good. Ooh, missed them.
It's cool they still activate though, even if you.
Oh, it's so fun. Oh, I love that.
Man, speaking of Corn Pops, that's kind of satisfying to like see those.
Yeah, let me get these flying dudes with them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Some snap, crackle, and pop.
There you go.
You too. Take some.
Nice.
Is he gone? Is that it? That took him out? Nice. Ooh. All right. Well, let's get my clone up in here. Get some backup. Let's pop this. Take it. Pick it up. Take it with me. There we go.
Nice.
Now I have cover all the time. And you don't want to take that.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh, beautiful. That took him out right away. Oh, this game is good again.
Turns out,
you know,
it ain't
sometimes
bad.
problematic
Yeah, you know,
is kind of fun.
That is the main point of this.
Oh, I like the shotgun a lot.
What's the name of the gun? Is it something really like? Is it a dick joke?
Let's take a look. I don't think it's a dick joke. The shredded bang stick. Yeah, I mean, like, nah.
Nah. This is the.
I mean, anything. A lot. It's just like a lot of things can be a dick joke. Ooh, I am toast.
Ooh, it's getting tasty.
Getting wailed on. Alright, someone, you know what? I can do this to cheat.
Oh, nice. Oh.
So yeah, I have a skill where like your shield will start recharging as soon as you swap places with your clone.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's a good workaround for like if you have a shield that's like really good, but it has a slow recharge time. You know, you pair it with that passive skill, and then that's not a problem anymore.
That's dope. That's like part of that manual driving thing I was talking about before, where like you're doing the same thing over and over again, but it gives you a really fun way to like constantly shift gears and like so you're more mindful as you're playing.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about you and how you're building character. You're playing a different character. We saw it a little bit earlier in this video.
Yeah.
But like, how do you feel with like all the options that you're presented with? Do you think they're interesting?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I'm not as. I think I feel like I would complement a team better than I do like on my own, which is generally how I play most games, like cooperatively at least. But I really do enjoy having the mech to rely on in case like it gets a little too spicy for me. I can always hit that left bumper and just jump into that thing and have a nice mix of it's funny because it actually reminds me a lot of another game that I've been playing also here and there, Daemon X Machina, which is
I tooled around with a little bit when I was on the train this weekend.
Yeah, and that's another game that I think feels like that more of that mindful manual driving thing that I like to talk about, where like I feel like I'm constantly aware of the speeds that I'm at, and I can control if I want to like step on the gas or shift and slow down. So like I can switch with the mech. The reason why it reminds me of Daemon X Machina is like I have two modes of fire. I have a minigun, and I also have like a grenade launcher, so I know when to lean on which, and it's fun. It's a good time, and I know when I hop back out, I'll probably have my shield start to recharge and be in a decent place, or at the very least weaken enough enemies to a point where I can get my second wind if I do die or I get downed. So there's a nice variety of stuff that I actually really enjoy. The character that I chose. Oh man, it's getting spicy.
Oh man, again, no squishies around. Actually, he's kind of. Will that work? Nah, he's too. I hate being stuck in this scenario. He's too strong. It's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of the things that does bum me out a little bit about skill tree, and this has been true for all of them, is just that it's not. The bulk of the skills that you unlock are passive, and that's like I just demonstrated with like what I was talking about with the swap passive, right? There are that you can still build cool like synergies, right? Like cool things that like work with how you play. But it's not sexy to get this passive skill.
Yeah.
You don't feel like it doesn't hit you the same. You know what I mean? You don't get that little bit of rush. Lets you do it the same way when you get like a new gun or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of times you just end up like leveling up the same passive skill.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Which again,
not as sexy.
Not a sexy thing.
Yeah.
Come on. Afuera. Go. Ah. Are those attached to him? I think those are attached to this dude, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if I take him out, all those drones will stop shooting at me.
Ooh. Nice.
That was it.
Oh, this Joker too.
Oh, he's got drones on. Why is everybody got drones, man?
It's 2019, man. You just walk into Best Buy, get a drone.
You can. I hate it. You can't get CDs anymore.
Yeah, but you can get a drone.
Eat it.
Damn.
Take that home.
Yeah, I say toma a lot when I play games too.
Yeah.
I scream. My girlfriend can attest. I scream that a lot when I'm playing games.
This dude just chilling here? Not even.
Yeah, he's just minding his own
like
business.
Scrub? I feel bad now. We could have been friends. Guess this isn't as good with shields. But now that the shields are down. Oh, that's not going to stop you, man. Come on.
You fool.
Come on. There you go. Over. Ooh, a blue.
Oh, you're cold.
This is even stronger.
Oh,
What's
wow.
it do? Hits ricochet and blow up another enemy.
The whole laser thing. Well,
you know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is just a single shot. It uses all 3 rounds at once. That's why it's so strong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap out for the other one because this is gonna eat through ammo.
That feels like just straight up haymakers. And if you miss a haymaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least the reload is not bad.
The one thing I do like that I do find kind of cute is the little level of customization you can add to your guns, with the little charms you can add on there.
Yeah,
I think
never
that's
really
kind
messed
of
with
cool.
that.
It's really really cool.
I don't know if I have any. Where do I find them?
So if you go onto a gun
okay,
and then go left.
oh,
Yeah, so you can throw that on the side of your gun and it'll just be like a little keychain.
got it.
It's kind of cool. I wish
That
more
is
games
cool.
did stuff like that.
Yeah, which one's the shredded bank stick? Is this it? Yeah, let's put it on this one because I like this gun so much. Just be like,
Yeah. So
There you
you'll
go.
see it like now
Hold him off. I can fix
hanging
Yeah,
off
I
the
see
side
it.
of the gun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. Like so, if you find a gun you really dig and you have a charm that you really love, just throw it on there like a little phone keychain thing.
That's cool.
Like a charm.
Where's everybody? Why are there so many dudes? Oh my goodness, this is like one big arena. Sometimes encounters in this game last a little too long.
They overstay their welcome.
Yeah. All right, he's done. Go for it.
Nice.
All right. How many more dudes here? Yeah, I feel like I've been in this fight for a minute, man. We've talked about so many things.
I know.
I
What
feel
else
like
you
I've
wanna
met your
talk about,
parents,
man?
man.
Yeah, for real.
Another heavy? Jeez.
Sheesh. They really want you to stay. They don't want you to go home, man.
Let's move over here. Let's throw this here. And lay in on her. Oh, okay, fine. I'm gonna crash my party. I need to go get my shield again so it's useful. Oh, I'm out of ammo. That's not good. This is not good for the situation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Alright, that takes care of him.
Oh.
Ooh, is this good? This good boom? Nah, I've got one.
They're
better
just
than that.
throwing shotguns at you.
It really is. We're in a big shotgun season. Space shotgun autumn.
I was waiting for some sort of like...
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was an easy
Yeah.
joke. It was an easy joke. It wasn't.
It's off
Not-
the backboard, man.
I'm not trying hard here.
If we can get Megan Thee Stallion...
Yo, you think she'll play games with
I
us?
think she
Think
plays...
she'll play
Yo,
Borderlands?
I mean, she's into anime, right? That's like not too far off. Maybe she'll play some Daemon X Machina with me or something.
yeah.
Man, that would be
Definitely.
amazing.
Let me think. What? So many dudes. Oh my goodness. Too many dudes.
Yeah.
That's the name of. Oh, that could be a name of a lot of video games. Just too many dudes.
Too many dudes.
Just.
Oh,
Ah, come on. Come on, pick it up. Am I too far from it? There you go. Jeez. That's very effective. Oh, come on, dude.
oh, you could probably get your second one.
Yeah, okay, right now. Just boom. Okay, I need to start looting. That's the thing, when these firefights get very long, you forget to just like loot on the fly.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Blew myself up.
Oh, shit.
Ah,
Hey,
like
you got
a
achievement for
freaking
it.
idiot. Florida
Oh.
man. Oh, what a... Come on.
Damn.
Ah, that's stupid.
Damn. Shout out to Florida.
Oh my god.
Damn, man. I'm gonna have to cut this out the video. Leaving it.
That's an okay joke. You know, like I think Florida man's a little lazy, but you know what?
Yeah, you know.
But I earned it. It's making fun of me.
Yeah.
So
If you can't
I'll-
laugh at yourself.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat it. Don't
There you
look.
go.
There you go.
Ooh.
Got my shotgun back. All right, let's finish these dudes off. That's enough. He's done.
No, but you said a second ago too. Like that was one thing I forgot to do during a boss encounter was like loot the stuff around me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll find that the game is pretty generous with like at least sometimes with health and other weapons and ammo. 'Cause if you fail to do that, then you just keep running out of stuff
Mm-hmm.
to keep you alive, but also to deal out some damage.
Yeah, man. It's
Nice.
Lock down the
it's critical
elevator.
here. Damn, that took
Let's
forever.
see. Oh, hell yeah. Some spy stuff. Head through those ventilation ducts.
Do I have? That seems
They
like a
lead straight into the
decent
maintenance
assault
area.
rifle. Ah, magazine size sucks. Never mind. I'm good. What do we got? No, nothing here. The greens are hit or miss depending on where you're at. And
Right.
sometimes, like this one right here, it's better than what I have. And it's you know, this might be worth taking because I can do corrosive and shock. So I'm gonna take it.
I almost wish you could, like, if you equipped it, it would just swap it out and drop your other gun. Because a lot of the times, once I swap it out, I really don't go back. So it just takes up space in my inventory.
Yeah, you can only do that when your inventories are already full. So then it swaps out with what you have in your hands.
Yeah.
I might take this too, even though it's not great, just because it has. That's a good combo, radiation and incendiary. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I feel like I looked at all this already. All right, so go through the ventilation ducts. How's this feel? Oh, it's
a charge gun?
It's a charge gun. I don't like that much.
Same.
Not a fave. This gun, though. This gun rules.
Yeah, that gun's great.
All right, head through maintenance. I might have found a way into the laser control room. Oh, Reese. I know your stupid vault hunters are skulking about. Better sign those surrender papers, buddy. Otherwise...
Game's also really generous with money laying around.
Yeah. When you get to about where we are now, though, like, everything starts to get expensive, and you're like, you know,
Where's my favorite bagel
you kind of want to have more money than you have.
Booyah! And that's only half power. If you don't surrender soon, Reese, I'm gonna slice you in half.
Is it that for a little flair, you know?
Yeah.
Katagawa. I
So,
totally
do
could've helped him
you
off.
regret your character choice, or are you still into it?
I'm still pretty into it.
Yeah.
I definitely want to, like, try my best to try linking up with people, so that way we can sort of complement each other more than just me feeling like I'm being overwhelmed from time to time. But no, I don't regret it. I think as long as I sort of continue to take it slow, like I think most people who are going to be playing this game will be playing it. I think I should be all right. But yeah, seeing your characters like with their abilities seems kind of cool. I can't lie. I'm like, damn, I want to play some freaking Overwatch while I'm playing this game.
Have you what do you call it? What would have been what was your second choice? Was it a close choice between you and Mose, or were you always like, nah, the Mech?
Yeah, no, as soon as I saw the Mech, and I also from like what I saw during our preview coverage from the footage that you captured.
Yeah, because I played as her for a little bit. Yeah,
I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool, because it had like that Titanfall vibe where you hop into the Mech and you know it's like it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, I mean, I just talked about Daemon X Machina. Anytime you give me a Mech option, I'm like, yep, that's me. I will take that.
Giant robots, man. They're
man.
pretty tight.
Yeah, turns out they're pretty good.
Back with the floating stuff. Yeah, the fun thing about shotguns, if you hit some dudes with it, they'll go flying.
That's good.
Yo, chill with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Did they set up a sentry. That's what's busting my eyes right now. These are some incredibly bad shots. Yeah.
Yeah, this mission's pretty long, huh?
It's extremely long. The story missions, like in a lot of games, story missions are a little bit longer than the side ones.
Sure.
But particularly when you get to like, I think it's called Athenas. That's the third planet. Oh, here we go again. Chill right there. Don't come closer. Fine, a little bit closer.
Ooh. Oh, that's kind of cool. They can let go of the actual thing.
Yeah. What do you call it?
See, in Borderlands, I actually don't really mind when there's like, I mean, not that I mind it, but it's not as disturbing as it was in like Division 2 when there were like all of a sudden suicide bombers rushing at you. I was like, oh, we're doing this, huh? Okay.
It's just the thing to do in video games, man.
Yeah.
I think I can just ignore a lot of these scrubs and just run this way.
Like in Halo or whatever, it was adorable. Like, oh, these little
grunts, little buddies. Then you find out they're yelling like demon.
Yeah.
I personally hated the switch from Halo to Halo 2 when you could understand the aliens.
Oh, right.
If I had my way, I don't want to understand the aliens. You know,
keep it like a rival.
Keep it like a rifle. Ooh, what's going on here? That's the. Ooh. Did he blow up something
Don't
that
worry,
Reese owned?
Reese. We've got an anti-grav
There are
infinity
jokes
lazy
happening here, and I
river
didn't even
arsenal.
notice.
Impressive admission. Atlas.
Ooh.
Ooh, this looks
Gotta find a way
dangerous.
to disable that laser.
Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to make the jump from here to there. Let's do it.
Ooh.
And I got it.
Watch your eyebrows.
Yeah. No, I don't have them anymore. Alright, here we are.
Idea. Shut down that stabilizing thruster. Might buy us some time. I will never forgive Katagawa for destroying Lazy River Land. I used to take my team there to unwind, and now I'm wound and all out of bagels.
Reese wouldn't have made that joke in Tales from the Borderlands.
That's
the
not,
Reese I know.
Yeah, I was gonna
clever.
say that's not the Reese you know.
Anyway, here we go. Found the shiny thing.
Booyah! Thrust that, thrusters! That sounded better in my head. Disregard, but look, it's working!
Section 35 thrusters malfunctioning.
Does that mean people are gonna come check it out?
happening?
Yep.
I was just about to give Atlas HQ a mohawk. Get those thrusters up and running now. Hell yeah. Now clear out those cultists and keep going. The back entrance to the facility is just up
I
ahead.
think I can also just like
That
ignore these
chute
dudes
is
and
your
run.
ticket in. All you gotta do is find the release
It's always
lever.
good when you can do this. This is how you get through half of Destiny.
Oh yeah.
Got some fam who'd love to eat you.
Oh no.
Oh crap, heads up!
Maybe not.
Gotta open a chute.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
I think you can.
I just gotta go up here. And then hit a button. Yeah.
Ta-da!
Cool.
Nothing? Come on, I just got you
Enter.
to freaking
Shoot.
Maluan base. A little
All right.
celebrations in order.
Oh,
Just
whoa.
press that
Here we
celebration
go.
button. Think it's
We're doing it.
Q. So I figured out
Yeah,
how to hack
sick.
Katagawa's laser.
Cool. Skip the whole firefight.
There you go.
Just up ahead.
Pro
Tips and
tips.
tricks.
Yes.
Viper drive. State of the art.
Reese, fella, are those death spheres?
Oh no. I mean, yeah. Watch
What's
out.
a death sphere? Can I open this? How's it work? I guess not. Oh, those are the flying dudes following me. Oh, death spheres. That's why. That's what he was talking about.
Oh, got it.
Put the Viper drive in here.
Hey, you
What
ball
is
hunter.
up?
Viper drive. State of the art garbage. Now
Yeah, this
die,
is long.
please.
It's very long.
If I were down there, I would totally hack that door like a cool guy. Oh, wait. I got an idea. I can remote control one of those
Yo.
admittedly sweet spheres and join you. Pick one out for me.
Ooh.
Well, hurry up.
Oh, okay. They're like little mines.
Jeez.
Oof.
Jeez.
Take that, you ganky knob.
Chill. Am I supposed to mess with it?
No, just shoot it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe oh yeah, I think I guess you're supposed to inspect.
Down below. I think there's like some.
Oh,
what
I
was
think the
looking
things
at
you were looking
before.
at, yeah.
Okay.
No, that one's full of rat turds.
That's funny.
Nah, poop joke.
Poop joke. There's big ass one over here.
Yeah.
That's so insecure.
Too big. Not my style.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good for you.
Gotta
Man.
find the one that's just right.
Not. I don't got all day, dude. There we go.
Oh, that is perfect. It just screams Reese.
Of course.
Reese. Use the Viper drive.
Do I give it the Viper drive? Yes, I do.
Viper drive. When you just gotta know what your neighbors are saying.
Nice.
The voice sounds good too, right?
I'm alright at video games.
Yeah, you're all right.
Your voice is like a nervous angel.
Yeah, look at this.
Thanks.
Hey, it's becoming that other game we were,
Yeah.
we were talking about.
Ah, damn it!
Dang
I
it.
missed the shot. I got mad hyped by the low gravity. One of the things this game is good is let me take yeah, why not? One of the things I do like about that this game does, the series does, all the games have done in the Borderlands series have done this, is it uses enemy names as like a vector for jokes and storytelling. And like I think that's really interesting. Like you can be fighting a bunch of like generic psychos and bandits, right? And based on the mission you're at, they can have a unique name that's not like Assault Trooper or something like that.
Right.
And sometimes it'll be a place that, you know, instead of like a name, they put a joke, and you know, maybe it works. Like there was one where I just played a mission where I had to disrupt the wedding, and they were all, you know, like the bride's family.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there are moments where the game like really, you know, has some interesting creative, like it takes a chance sometimes with like even just naming conventions or like the way, like you said, like the way it doles out enemies at you, and that can be kind of cool. I'm into it.
Wow. Okay, that's loud. Obnoxious.
Yeah, this thing sucks. Oh.
Oof. Hang on. I'm gonna put some bombs in this guy's dome.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Ah!
Ooh,
Yeah,
at the
got
buzzer,
it.
baby.
Got it. Nice. Alright, now where's this dude?
Happy how you saw this going. You should back away.
Mother. I'm missing these dudes getting sloppy. Getting some caffeine in me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need some lunch.
Barrier.
He's done. This guy over here.
Yeah, that gun is so cool.
I like it a lot. And it's out of ammo, so
I hope I find that.
I gotta move on. Any more dudes? Oh, they're all over here. This one is not a situation that I can run through, unfortunately, because I have to clear the way without blowing myself up.
Nice.
Ooh, he's throwing stuff back at me. That's not good.
Yeah, focus on that fool.
Okay, he's done.
Nice.
You can also eat it. Throw it the
I
wrong
do
way.
love the second wind thing.
It's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's how is he so much better at dodging?
Yeah, he's sidestepping. Nice.
Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna be cheap and take shots. Blow myself up again. There we go.
Nailed it. Ooh.
Nice. I think I caused a chain reaction there. Alright, you both made it. That was fun. See, this game?
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Kind of slaps sometimes.
The problem with those guns that you throw, though, is like they just burn through ammo because you're like just throwing away clips.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What is this? Is this good? What is it? That's a pistol. Can't.
That's a jerk.
That's a dick. Yeah, just. That's
Yeah,
it.
he
That'll
just
take care of
died.
it. I'm out of ammo too. Good timing. You know what? I will take it. I can't equip it yet because I'm a level too low. I need to swap out my loadout here because out of ammo.
Yeah.
All right, so
It happens pretty often.
Here's the bang stick I like. I'm not gonna keep. What do you want here? What's this? This is empty. So I probably need an assault rifle. I'll grab this one again, because that was real good. And
Yeah, the game definitely does a good job of like forcing you at times to cycle through all the guns you already have and try them out.
yeah.
Because sometimes you literally just have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
I need a decent assault rifle. No, I have an assault rifle, so submachine gun. Which one do I want? The redistributor or the power play? Let's do this one.
Yeah, so we'll probably start winding down soon to share the space with our.
Yeah, we have a stream coming today?
We do.
This is not live. They're probably going to see this afterwards.
Yeah. So if you're, the stream has already happened.
Yeah.
But
so what great stream did what did we just enjoy?
Oh well, funny you ask. It's Riley is streaming. I don't even know how to say this game. It's called Noida or.
Oh, Noida. Oh, yeah. That's what do you call it? Made by some of the people who made the Swapper, right?
Oh right, I love the Swapper,
the
man.
Swapper's one of my favorite games, man.
Swapper was great. So yeah, if you want to point towards more fantastic Kotaku video content, Riley and I believe Chris are going to be streaming that, and have already streamed it. So the archive is probably on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So definitely go check that out.
You'll probably find it sitting real close to this video.
Exactly. In fact, maybe I'll even link to it at the end of this one. Look at that. Synergy, baby.
Yeah. Oh, one of the weirder. Oh God. One of the weirder side quests this game has you do is to find parts from dead Claptrap, so Claptrap can build himself a friend.
Right. Oh, interesting.
And I think as you slowly realize that, like, oh, he's building a girlfriend. I don't know how intentional it is.
Yeah.
I think at first it's just sort of like, just another Claptrap. And then as you build her out, you're like, oh, it's a lady Claptrap.
Yeah.
And then Claptrap gets all weird about it.
Huh. Love Claptrap. Everyone's
I
favorite.
wish I liked Claptrap as much as this
yeah.
game.
I know
likes
wants you to.
Claptrap.
Yeah, for real.
All right, where are we going? Where are we going? Is this the big showdown, the big dance? I hope so.
Gotta go and set up a firewall. We've got to destroy the
Because
servers.
I need caffeine.
This way.
Yeah, I need some food.
I'll open the door.
Matter of fact, this is a checkpoint right here. So if we want to call it,
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's
Because
make it a wrap. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we've given a good sense in this level.
definitely.
This is one of the sections that seem less about like roaming around and more like based towards like, just the mission, right?
Yeah.
We've encountered like 0 side quests around here, which is
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunate because like you mess around. Oh wait, no, there's more now.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes it takes a while for them
Some
to show
bounties.
up. So yeah, so
That's
it looks
awesome.
like there is some like wandering around this place that you can do. That's great.
That's good because this level actually is kind of cool, and I would want to like revisit it, especially with the low gravity stuff. But yeah, that was our little quick check-in mid-game for Borderlands 3. We'll definitely check in later in the week for Josh's review. I believe it should be coming soon, or if not early next week, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But either way, we'll probably stream this again soon or do another video if y'all like it. But thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you around.
Later.